Shit, what's this podcast called?
Discourse of Human Events.
The discourse is just crazy.
Everything's okay, I'm just trying to act my age. Yeah, I wanna know where the hell the days go. Yeah, I wanna know where the hell the days go. I wanna look and feel years younger, baby.
Let's play it on 3. 1, 2, 3. Let's play! So, there's some news, right? Before we get to some of it, I think we should go over the very biggest news item of the day.
Yes.
That is just, you can't, miss it.
Is that National Ice Cream Day?
No. Close. There was a Chinese lady in LA that attacked people with a katana.
Oh my god, what?
Speaks no English.
Wielding a katana.
Yeah, just randomly attacking people. Or not randomly, I think maybe they think it was...
Targeted katana
Chinese,
attacks?
I think I've heard. Yeah, targeted katana from a Chinese lady.
It's really
Which
beats
you
the
just don't
Asian
see very
women
often.
stereotype,
Yeah.
Very crazy.
That's what I'm doing. She's, there's a huge discrepancy in racial, violent crime stats. She is doing her part to bring balance to that force.
Bringing them back.
Right?
Bringing them
it's like
back
you draw
to...
a curve and then she's a dot out of 3 standard deviation. Maybe 5 standard deviation.
Typical Asian trying to
She's a
buff
rare
them
one.
stats.
And by the way, I think it was the last time we were podcasting. Maybe it was the time before. We also had katana news. Do you remember?
No.
Because it was the weeaboo that got shot because he was
He was attacking someone with
he
a
had
katana?
a katana. He was just in a motel parking lot, and the cops were like, he was just like, do I not have the right to practice my skills with a katana? And like the most weeaboo shit you could imagine he was saying. And then eventually he started charging the cops with a katana, and then they shot him to death. This lady, she surrendered her katana immediately when the cops came.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
she seemed to that's the only video that there was. So there was nothing about what the actual attack
crime of passion,
was.
but she's not, losing her sanity
Yeah.
or something like that.
It's just like
Yes.
kill people with a katana.
There's a difference.
We're not just known for our necrophilia news. We're known for our katana news.
I was gonna. We should start. Yeah, that's another thing of the podcast. Is katana-related news. Katana-related violence. Because the shootings have died down so much. I think we need to invest all our meme coins
Into katana
katanas.
news.
Yes.
No,
It's
well,
pivot.
Yes. Pivot.
looking at our predictions, none of us predicted anything about katanas.
We did not predict we would become the major source for katana-related news.
We suck.
We have our niche, though. I bet there's not a lot of mostly necrophilia and katana-related podcasts out there.
What's funny is I don't think we've ever reported on necrophilia news. We've just talked about necrophilia
Because it never really
randomly.
happens.
I just don't think there's no one's there to report it. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Last reported occurrence of necro...
Watch it'll be just like last week.
November 2020.
Wow, it's been 4 years.
A 20-year-old unmarried man... No, 2020. 4 years, yeah. A 20-year-old unmarried man working in a forensic morgue as an assistant. Okay, well, that doesn't... Oh, it's in Bangladesh.
Wow.
Interesting location.
That's crazy.
Let me see what he's doing.
In Bangladesh.
Oh, yeah, DNA profile was detected from vaginal swabs of 5 female dead bodies.
Did you say that was in Bangladesh?
Yeah.
You mean banging that dead flesh? Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Oh.
Got him.
Terrible.
All right. So.
All right, well, there we go, though. Anyways, we got Katana and the necrophilia out of the way. Now, what we were originally going to talk about before we started the podcast. Yes.
That everybody's talking about?
The boring shit. We're going to go over our predictions, because for context, now that you were 5 minutes into the podcast, Biden announced dropping out today. That's the other minor news, is Biden dropped out.
We haven't even covered the attempted assassination, so we got some catching up to do.
Yeah, there's lots of news.
This has just been a week.
Yeah.
This is a week of news.
Okay, let's start with our predictions, our mid-year predictions that we made 6 months ago.
All right, so our first shooting is the biggest mass shooting. So what is the biggest mass shooting that's happened in 2024?
So far.
Biggest mass shooting in
I'm trying to think of any of the
2024.
Well, let's put it this way: if Trump's assassination
but nothing that major.
Succeeded, then
That would be that would only be one though.
Well, to be fair, it's technically is a mass shooting. There's 4 casualties.
That's not
true.
that.
It's called bad shot.
It is technically a mass shooting.
Did 4 people? I thought only 1 guy died.
Casualties, so including injuries.
Nah,
To be considered a mass shooting, statistically, it's 4 casualties.
This is the bullshit mass shooting, and then what people actually think
Right,
when they
right.
say mass shooting.
Yeah, it's more like failed assassination attempt.
It looks like it's slow year for mass shootings. It's probably mostly gang violence, honestly, that I'm
It's a
seeing.
slow year.
Yeah.
I haven't
It's
seen
like-
any double-digit deaths
It's
yet.
disappointing. Mass violent criminal is disappointed at the stats.
Mhm.
You disgrace this family.
Wow, how do you open fire in a
Disgrace this
nightclub and only
podcast.
kill 1 person, but they injured 12? That was the highest numbers I saw, but there was mostly wounds. So
Somebody
the
really
highest
That
number
usually
dead was
means-
like 6 or 9.
But see that almost always when the wounds outnumber the kills, it's not what most people would think of mass shooting.
Right.
It means he was trying to kill a specific person and he accidentally shot some other people.
Right. It was a nightclub,
Right,
so
like-
you're probably correct on that.
When the vast majority of actual Americans talk about mass shootings that they're worried about, they're talking about a random guy shooting random fucking people.
That's
that they
that's
don't
the
know.
true mass
Like-
shootings. We all know the definition of that we actually
Yeah,
think.
but it
of.
always irritates me when the media goes, "Let's talk about this," and then pretends like that's what we're really talking about. But,
Yeah.
like, that's not.
They go by the literal definition, not the.
I mean,
Yeah, that's just
Well,
the
everyone
government
thinks so.
defined definition. The government defined definition. It's
Yeah.
like the same thing. Like Indians are Asians, technically, according to the government. No one never fucking calls them Asians.
Right.
Like we know Asian.
When
means
somebody
East
says
Asian
I met an Asian person,
English,
nobody
American
immediately
English.
thinks an Indian person.
Yeah, they're like, oh, like from the Middle East or India? No.
I was
Retard.
thinking like kind of like the reverse of that too, where people use like theory, like evolution is just a theory. Well, it's like, not that kind of theory. Like this is the reverse of that, where
Yeah.
like the everyday common use is the more common
Yeah,
thing that we're
exactly.
talking about.
The everyday common use is clearly what we're referring to.
Right.
And you're trying to be like, yeah, but let's talk about it. But you're like pretending like that's what we're referring to.
Right.
But we know that's not what we're talking about. But yeah, the other one is when they're saying theory, evolution is just a theory. They're trying to pretend like, oh, let's use the everyday use. But no, when you say it's a theory there is a reference to the real use, right? The real, very well-defined use.
So I can say, for all of us, we failed massively on our predictions.
Probably.
You were at 50, Chloe is at 49, and I was at 30.
Okay, I won. I don't even know how I won. How did we even have ratings?
None of us won. You had
What's
50.
50?
The highest was 9. Actual.
Oh,
Your prediction was 50.
I thought you were giving us points or something like.
No.
I thought we bet money. I'm retarded. Then.
When did we ever bet? No.
How did we do that?
We bet.
Okay.
Because we were used to those like
Yeah, we're
2020
way off
rules.
Yeah.
We're-
Well, there's still time.
True.
What are you suggesting?
I'm saying I have an AR. No, I don't have an AR-15 because the FBI might be listening. But I could meet my numbers if I just find a really crowded place.
You're just like,
and
I have
go
a
and
modified
place
AR-15 and a rangefinder, and I really like ladders and climbing things.
We are so getting more FBI agents listening to this. All they have to do is listen to the archives and be like, these people are just retarded.
Hey, can you listen to our
They're
first
just
2 minutes? They're like, oh,
blatantly retarded.
never mind. These people are dumb. So we all failed
all right,
on mass
moving
shootings, quite clearly. All right.
Okay, next item.
All right, yeah, I'm gonna edit some of this as I'm going through, so we know we have to predict. So our next prediction: who wins the election? Now, clearly we don't know that yet, but randomly I have on mind Trump wins election, unless Biden isn't actually running for some reason or Trump cannot run. Which, hey,
Yeah.
hey,
Oh, you almost got 2 for 2 if Trump got a bullet in the head.
yeah, that was almost a twofer. So that's interesting.
Okay, what was my prediction?
I'm curious.
You
yeah, and what was
you
yours?
had Trump wins election, and so did Chloe.
Okay.
Okay.
So we're all still thinking Trump, or at least at that time.
At this time,
Has it
yeah.
changed?
Oh yeah, I
that
definitely
time,
think
yeah.
it changes. We don't even know who he's going against though, so it's kind of
It
interesting,
seems
right?
Very likely Harris, but
Yeah.
not
I
necessarily.
think we're all probably expecting Harris.
What?
Mm-hmm.
Biden endorsed the Kamala
It doesn't necessarily mean she gets to be it.
Oh, really?
They have to go to the convention and the people have to vote.
Oh.
I got
But
I got something
Biden
for you
says
though.
please Vote for him is a big
Very
thing.
likely.
We all had a celebrity death, and mine was one of my bold predictions. I think this was maybe sarcastic. Biden dies.
You are on track for a big point in the year-end predictions.
Yes.
I was talking about what was it with Chloe? Somebody maybe assassinating Biden. She was talking about. I was like, but an assassin's best plan at this point for Biden is just to wait him.
Wait him out.
Like,
Wait him out.
Yeah, he'll just kind of. That'll take. That's a problem that solves itself in just
Yeah.
a few years at most.
We did a VP prediction for Trump, so we do know the answer to this. I had
Okay, that's
DeSantis,
interesting.
and you guys
we're
both
probably all
picked
way off.
the Asian dude, or should I say the Indian dude?
Oh, Vivek?
Yeah,
I don't know why. I should have known it would.
I don't know. That's what you picked. Both of you guys.
But like at that time, we don't even
He was
know
really.
JD would
Yeah,
be
nobody else was really in the running at that point. He was very clearly campaigning for it.
Right.
He was the only one that was clearly campaigning for it.
All right, here's a big prediction we had. Celebrity death. Once again, I had Biden. My crazy prediction. This is my real bold prediction. I had Kanye West.
that's a good guess.
It's a pretty wild prediction. Nick, you had James Earl Jones. Is he still alive? Did he die? I don't
know. I think there would be news if he died.
I don't know. I think. For some reason, I'm thinking he might have already been dead.
Not my prediction, maybe. James Earl
I don't know
Jones.
if we checked that.
Still going. Okay, I'm sticking by this because he is 93 years old.
Ooh,
Jesus.
he is hanging in.
Yeah, he is barely there. Wow. I'm shocked he's alive.
We have
I
policy.
don't even know how I knew he was that old. But go on. And what was Chloe's?
Oh yes. Chloe's celebrity death was Mick Jagger, Robert De Niro,
Mick
or
Jagger's
Clint
still alive.
Eastwood.
Is he still alive?
Oh, she's got it. She's just throwing them out.
In
there, but they're
parentheses,
not
we
bad.
put Chloe claims all will die.
Good prediction. Good prediction.
Her bold prediction was
If World War III erupts and everyone dies, you're getting so many points, or at least your corpse will.
yeah. I was about to say your corpse will. Bold prediction for her, Chloe was Vladimir Putin dies with a coup attempt.
Oh, that would be very interesting, but no, I don't think that's gonna
We
happen.
still have a half a year.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It's not down now, 0 chance.
We had
Okay,
some
what else we
war
got?
predictions. Palestine loses the
Well,
war,
Actually, there is one sudden death.
Hasn't happened yet, but
but yeah, we don't know.
The chairman of Vietnam died.
no one cares. not important.
Not world news.
Maybe it was important to China, so that's why you know. Americans didn't notice, couldn't tell you who he was. What's his name? You know it in Chinese?
Yes.
What's it in Chinese?
I think it's
Okay. I'll pretend you didn't just make something up.
It's yeah. What are you gonna fact check her Chinese, huh?
Yes. Oh, it's gonna be something that's close to the actual, literal.
the actual Vietnamese pronunciation.
Yeah, it'll be close.
Yeah.
All right. We also had Russia-Ukraine war ends and Russia wins, which still could happen, but I doubt it.
Happened yet, but I'm sure Russia's gonna win.
Yeah, I doubt that's gonna happen by the end of the year. War's just it's kind of like a
Probably not end of year.
attrition war right now, right?
Yeah, just waiting it out. I think they're basically just waiting for if the Republican gets elected, they're like, yeah, we're not sending any more money. That's the end game.
Mine hasn't
But
happened
other than
yet.
that, they're just basically waiting it out. What's that?
My other prediction was there will be a third major world conflict. We have the Russia, Ukraine, the Palestinian, Israel.
No.
I don't think there's any big enough for us to care about yet.
Nope, nothing.
What else we got? Oh, AI predictions. I had AI websites start surpassing Google. I use AI more than Google probably nowadays.
It's close.
It's definitely really close.
Yeah, sometimes I will use Google. Sometimes I will use AI right away.
I use ChatGPT for room design.
Yeah, we're doing
They
our room
haven't-
design in here.
they
I'm the one that
haven't
hooked her on that. I was like, okay, let's try to imagine our room, this living room like this. You'd say, here's the colors. I took a picture of our room now, it's empty and bare, our living room, and said, put in a carpet that matches the wall, and then put a TV here, and blah, blah, blah. It does it pretty well. And they're like, yeah.
What AI did you use for that?
It's just ChatGPT. But it's the premium. We paid.
I was going to say, I didn't know that it could do that. Man,
I don't know if I don't think the basic can.
it's almost tempting to pay for the premium. It's so, I use a lot, non-premium. I've had times where I've met my limit, and they're like, nah, dog, you got to wait till tomorrow to say anything else.
Yeah, no, it's. I don't know if I get. It's some sort of borderline worth it. Sometimes it's worth it on some months, sometimes not. I've been thinking about taking it out, but then when you do something really useful, yeah, I probably would.
It saves me so much time.
Shit.
Dude,
Yeah.
I was working on a scientific version of Solar Draft, a different version, and I had it spew out 60 exoplanets, all the different types, and all these different these 6 different stats for every exoplanet, type, its radius around
so
its
much
sun, and all this stuff.
Yeah. Because, I feel like Wikipedia should be, you just go Wikipedia and you type exoplanets and you get that.
Mm-hmm.
But if you ever try that, Wikipedia is overly technical on so much fucking shit.
Mm-hmm.
It's what? I don't want to read through all this shit.
Yeah, no, this
Somebody
just
wrote
generated
for
all
you.
that info
Yeah.
for me. So I had I literally had my 60 exoplanet cards made within 5 minutes. It would have taken me hours to do that work manually.
Yeah. Yeah. Definitely useful. All right, what were the other AI predictions?
Oh yeah, so that was mine. Yours was AI media created that we will consume, like a movie or show that we'll watch. The entire content is AI generated. I don't think we're there yet, but we're not too far from that. I don't think that's even
very close.
bold at
I
this
know
point.
there's some that's little bits and pieces in movies already.
Yeah, there's
or,
clips
TV
and
shows
stuff.
shit.
People use it for
Yeah,
advertising a lot.
It is so close.
Heck,
yeah.
the RNC used it in their background. Somebody looked.
Did they?
Yeah, somebody looked, and the American flag that they used in their background during the RNC had 70 stars in it.
Yeah.
And that's how they figured out it was
That's
AI
funny.
generated.
Okay, does that count? It's not a TV or a movie, but
It's a move.
that's in a major
Right.
It's
that is
a-
on TV though, right? That's on TV.
It's on
It's a
TV.
screensaver kind of thing.
Yeah, it's like a
I
screensaver in
think
the
I'm
background of a
almost calling
stage.
that. Yeah,
It's
very
close.
close to me calling that. I would say I said almost entirely generated, so it's not entirely.
No, it's just like a
But that's where I
background
said,
set,
it's
basically.
already kind of like being used, I think.
Yeah.
Have you tried like song generation with it?
Oh yeah, that's
Really?
wild, dude.
Yeah, it's fucking crazy how well it does.
Yeah, I'm like, would I
Like,
listen to this?
first of
No,
all-
but it's like radio almost play.
No, I will listen to it. I don't listen to music is the problem, but like some of it is like that. Like if you told me that was a new Green Day song,
Yeah.
I'd be like, yeah, totally it is.
I feel like if I mess with it enough, I could make some really good songs. I made some joke songs. Like one is like a rock song about a T-Rex complaining about having really short arms and stuff, but overcoming that throughout their life.
Yeah.
it was really
I don't
good.
know how- Yeah, I tried to get some dirty songs that won't let me.
Mm-hmm.
But you can never do one.
Yeah.
But have you heard the one on TikTok that got really popular, or at least maybe it's on my TikTok?
Mm-mm.
That is for sure. So it's like it's like fake 1950s. So it seems like all folksy and everything. But the main lyric is, "I glued my balls to my butthole again."
Wait, what?
Oh no, that's
It's all
funny.
about how the guy can't poop anymore, and it sounds so good, so much like it's a real 1950s song. And I don't know, it just became a bit of a meme and being played over and over because it's so like on point for being like, if you didn't listen closely to the lyrics,
Yeah.
you would think it's a real song.
That's
But when you
fucking
listen close,
funny.
you're like, what? I glued my balls to my butthole again? How do I poop?
Oh my god. Oh my god. That's great. Yeah, it's I just
Anyways.
don't understand how it creates like music like that. It's kind of wild.
That's pretty crazy. There's just probably just so much, I don't know, patterns in music.
Yeah.
Like it's so pattern based, really.
I mean,
which is
true.
what the AI is
I'm
really
just
good
gonna
at.
send you the lyrics that it created for this T-Rex song, and then picture this being like
Alright.
a 80s progressive metal song.
It's progressive metal.
It's like roar of thunder, stomping through the land, like that style.
You're just a man grand.
Here,
Yeah, it's pretty
there's
good.
the link. So you can hear it. It's like
You want to listen to this, Chloe?
it's
let's
almost
listen
to
this.
the point where you could tweak it and make it a really good song.
Yeah, I mean that's a solid song.
Right? I was like, this. Why is
Yeah,
this so good?
there's
This is
nothing wrong with
crazy.
that song. Yeah, that is nuts. Like for sure, that's gonna be used in movies, right? Like
I bet you it
why would
already
we have a
has.
musician to come up with some custom one. Yeah, we just don't know.
Yeah. Well, how would
fucking
we know?
Yeah, why pay a musician anymore to like generate a custom song? Oh, do you know what I learned? What was the Ghostbusters song?
No.
know that-
What do
yeah,
you
you
mean? What do you mean? What's the Ghostbusters
Yeah, yeah.
song? The Ghostbusters
You
song.
know that one?
Yeah.
Ghostbusters. Who you gonna call?
Mm-hmm.
That was originally what's the one in Back to the Future?
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So that was the original song they had in it, "The Power of Love," I think,
Mm-hmm.
and that's what they used throughout the production.
Huh.
And then like for whatever reason, Huey Lewis and the News like pulled out. Maybe they got more money for Back to the Future or whatever it was. And then they came to the guy that made Ray Parker Lewis, I think his name, the guy that made Ghostbusters, and they're like, "Look, this was the original song. Make something similar that fits the montage we had." And he made that, and
Ah.
if you listen very closely, it's almost the exact same fucking beat, and he got sued, and they won.
That's
Like,
crazy.
He had to pay a bunch of money to them, which I never knew. I thought that's interesting. But it just shows that, like, you know, they do generate custom songs for movies all the time.
Yeah.
And they get paid lots of money for it, and there's, like, that job is gone now, right? Like, why would you ever do that? Just write that shit in there.
Yeah.
Done.
I mean, yeah, it might take like 20 minutes in this program to create the song you want.
Yeah.
Like, you might have to try
All
4 or
these
5
artists before
times.
took whole lifetime, a lifetime to create the skill and craft to be able to be like, I can create a song that fits the idea in the movie perfectly, and then you just go like, nah, I'll just type it into ChatGPT and wait 2 minutes.
I think it does show how much craft music is as opposed to art. Like, don't get me wrong, I still think there's art to it, but there's so much craft to it that a computer can be like, yeah, this is close enough.
Yeah, this is it.
I literally, when I first did it, I was just like, this makes no sense how this even exists. Like, I don't comprehend how it exists like so well.
Pretty crazy.
So,
All right, what else we got?
We-
Did we have any more predictions?
yeah. No.
Oh, we did.
We just have our year rating, so like how we rated our year currently. And so this was
Wait for that.
2023.
We did this at the end of 2020.
Right. December 2023.
Okay. Chloe said, well, she wants to wait till the very end to hear the results of that one.
Yeah, that makes sense.
All right.
So,
So what's up?
but the new thing is you guys said you have a house. That's new. A new house you're moving
Yep.
into?
Yeah. We got a new house.
Nice. New crib. More
Stuff.
spacious.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
way more out of the way, but, you know.
So you are
Living
planning on
so-
staying in the California for a while, huh?
Yeah, I think so.
Couldn't find anything you liked anywhere else?
No, I mean, it's too much to move jobs and everything.
Yeah,
They're
makes
both
sense.
jobs.
Makes
It
sense.
irks. And also, it's hard
Yeah.
to move kids.
Yeah,
Imagine
exactly.
move them.
Yeah, they start to be making friends, and you make friends with their kids,
Yeah.
parents.
Well, I think they're a little young to really make good friends, but it's like we already have plans on what school they're going to go to, and then like that's where they're going to go, and then like once they do start that, yeah, we can't pull them out.
Yeah, they have their
So
little
it's like-
friends sometimes.
So
they
once
talk
we commit to
about.
one, yeah, they actually do have some friends, but still at this age, it's like they barely know them. It's like they know
Right.
their name and they can say a few things about them.
They know they
I like
exist.
blocks. Yeah. It's like,
That's
okay.
funny. Cool. Well, hopefully we can come visit the house then in the near future.
Yeah. So, yeah. Right now it's empty. So
Yeah, we don't have much furniture moving in. We
yeah.
still have our old
So we have
place.
the old one. So Chloe's having the kitchen redone. So we kept the rental. Then we have one bed here. We have the other bed there.
All the fun
So
new
the
house
guest bed is
stuff.
here, and that's what we sleep in. Yeah, it's gonna not until October will it all be ready to actually move into and all this bullshit. It's just back and forth. So yeah. Anyways,
Yeah.
that's all the craziness of this year.
Nicole and I were just talking about when we were getting home from we went to Shrek Rave, which is kind of what it sounds like.
Fuck is Shrek Rave?
It is a
Like, for
rave
Shrek the
where
movie?
people dress up like Shrek characters and they play like Shrek songs but in rave style.
How many times was that one? What's the somebody?
They played it
once
twice
told
at
me-
least when we were there.
Only twice.
Yeah.
Okay, that's a little less than I was expecting.
Yeah. But that's
Oh,
over
and
like
Under
a
the
2.5
Believer, that's
hour
another
period.
one.
Yeah, they played that. But
I never actually watched any more than the first one, to be honest.
actually, this Nicole showed me the second
I've seen
one.
bits and
Really
pieces of the
good.
second one.
Second one's really good. Like actually holds up to the first one. I don't know
Really,
about
the
3
first
and
one was
4,
pretty
but
good.
second one was shockingly a lot better than I expected. You know how sequels are with that.
Mm.
But yeah, second one was actually really good. Anyways.
Is she old enough? She watched it when she was a kid, and that's why she knew it was good.
Probably, yeah.
Okay.
I think she's also like rewatched it after that multiple times. I think Shrek was one of her like growing up as a kid movies she watched over and over and over.
Gotcha. We just today we went to a winery, and there were 21-year-olds there celebrating, and they were like, "Oh, let's do the math. Oh, they were born in 2003."
Yeah. Isn't that crazy?
Yeah. I was like, to them, like Bush is to them what Reagan is to me.
Yeah.
You know, like that's like, to me it seems like ancient history.
Mm-hmm.
Reagan, right? Like that's.
Yeah.
You know, I don't know.
Yeah.
And Bush is
Well,
that was not that long ago. He was the guy. You know?
I think one of the things that really put it into perspective is like 1980 was closer to World War II than we are to 1980 right now.
Yeah.
And they're like, wow, I'm really fucking old.
Yeah, I know. It sneaks up.
Really puts things into perspective. But yeah, that's one of the things too, is when you realize like people that can drink were born when like 9/11 happened.
Yeah. And you don't realize the turning point where like the news writes articles about the youth today and like what the youth is up to, and at some point that stops being about you.
Yeah, right.
Like the young people today, and you're like, that ain't fucking me anymore.
You're like, wait a second.
I'm definitely not part of. You're like, no, I don't say Riz. Oh, I don't say Riz because I'm not fucking 20.
Right. What's funny though is like the youth today, I feel like I didn't realize that wasn't talking about me until maybe like I was 30. I'm like, I'm not actually youth. Hold on.
Yeah, exactly. Like it takes a long time to settle in. I like I was maybe 35, and I'm like, because I think millennials is a big generation, right? So they talked about millennials, and I'm an older millennial.
Yeah, that's true.
So they talked about millennials, and now
they still do. They still say millennials
but I had a
for
big,
things.
long gap. Well, they still say millennials, but they're no longer the youth. They're no
yeah,
longer
but
the young ones.
I think sometimes they like how we call people
They still
boomers,
try to
but they're Gen
they
X
still refer
and
to it.
boomers.
Yeah.
Like they still kind of refer to young people as millennials.
Oh, by the way, so the VP candidate, J.D. Vance.
Mm-hmm. Vance
My
Refrigeration?
Yeah. He claims to be a poor person, but he's actually backed by the Vance Refrigeration. But anyways, no.
He's your
My
age, huh?
Right? Yeah. That's another weird thing.
That is weird.
No, people that run for office are old people.
Right.
Like, especially on the national level. What's up? I need those.
Oh yeah, that means.
Yeah, sorry, her nanny took our keys with her accidentally.
Oh, no worries.
Do I need it? Yeah, I think that's fine. You're not gonna edit any of the shit out, are you?
Nope, never. Why would I do that?
You could even splice in the song that we were listening to, but I know you won't.
Oh, that'd be actually. I didn't even think to do that. That would be smart. Yeah, I have time to do some editing. I might. Especially since this is more relevant news.
Don't do things at your real job.
This is more relevant news, so like I need to edit quickly, and then I can remember that we had this conversation.
Okay. All right. What else we got?
Yeah. Well, we never really went over the actual news of the week.
Oh, the actual events.
Yeah.
Things happened this week.
Yeah, we need
and
to.
We're 35 minutes in, and we haven't gotten into some of the most important things since COVID.
Yeah, it's pretty
It all
wild.
happened within a week.
So first, the actual assassination attempt, which was super wild.
Yeah, it was. It's gonna come out later. Trump had a packet of ketchup the whole time. He smacked himself in the ear.
He had a squib.
No. Some people say it is fake, but it's always at the point where I can't tell, are they like, the birds aren't real people, or are those real people that believe this?
Yeah, I know. I feel like no matter what, if national news happens, anything of this caliber, there's like 50 conspiracies immediately following. And some of them are
dismiss
just
them all,
lazy.
though. Like some of them, I don't know what the dude was doing or why he did it,
Yeah.
but it's very weird that there's nothing. There's like,
Well, I think they're holding it all
Yeah.
back because he awkwardly was like a registered Republican, but has donated to the Democratic Party, and
Exactly.
Biden
Like,
was also on
okay,
like his hit
get your-
list.
yeah, no, he wasn't on his hit list. He just looked for images of him. And then people like reiterate that like he was on his hit list. He looked for images of Trump. He looked for images of. Does that mean he was on his hit list? He Google searched Biden images.
Well, like I
on
said,
Google
I
images.
think they're keeping
like
a
that's
lot.
not what you do when you do like I'm gonna kill the guy, but I
Right.
don't know. So I don't know.
I think
It's
they're
very
keeping a
weird
lot tied
that,
up
like-
about what's
Yeah.
happening. I don't think it's not that we don't know a lot about him. I don't think we as the public know a lot about him.
Mm. It's very I don't know, but it's like they're almost trying to generate conspiracies.
Well, why not?
Like, okay, first step one, let's be super incompetent. Step two, let's not find anything out about the motive. We don't even know if he was just a nut job. Like, if you could find something that said, yeah, he was, yelling at squirrels the one
Right.
time, we'd be like, oh, he's a schizophrenic. Nope.
But think
he's
about
just
it
a
though.
guy.
What's better for the Biden administration? Is it better for us to know
That
that
he's
they
a
are completely fucked
Republican.
up, or that
Anything
all these
that he's
conspiracies
not-
were true?
Yeah. The only thing that they don't want is he's a Democrat that was inspired by their rhetoric. That's the only thing they don't want.
Right.
Yeah.
Anything but that is the only thing they don't.
So all these conspiracy theories, I think they're just like, yeah, that's fine.
Yeah, anything, spin them all up, baby.
Yeah.
Whatever catches.
Exactly.
Stick it to whatever.
I think the fact that there's so many different conspiracies, it goes back to that like, well now, which one is true, if any?
Maybe he's a guy that traveled back from the future. Then the world ended because Trump did it.
That's a good one.
Yeah.
Oh, and the other thing to just that takes the conspiracy theorists from this is a really good, interesting one to the one where they're basically jerking off over all the information.
Mm-hmm.
Is the kid appeared in a BlackRock video?
Oh yeah,
It's
yeah.
like the investment firm, right?
Yeah.
It's like, oh my god, it has to be. And it's like they set it up to look like it's a conspiracy.
Like that means that they had really close relationships, because that's how commercials work with random students.
Yeah.
We're in
So
bed with
weird.
these students now.
Uh-huh.
I also think some people are so stupid where they're like, oh, it was a planned thing to up Trump's popularity. You don't
That's why I
plan
said the ketchup
almost
packet.
coming that close to getting hit by a bullet.
Yeah, well, let's just not shoot him by half an inch, because that would be the most popular
Yeah.
boosting thing.
And the only reason he'll not get hit by it is because he looks back at a billboard. Totally planned.
But see, you'd explain it all if it was a ketchup packet. But then there's the dead guy you gotta account
Yeah.
for,
And
which
a
was
couple
totally
injuries.
an actor.
And one of the photographers
couple
actually
injuries.
caught the bullet.
Yeah, and that. There's a lot of them.
There's a lot
But
of...
But what if, Zach, that photographer was on the BlackRock payroll? He's in another commercial. They're all in BlackRock commercials.
Well, he is a
Look up.
famous photographer that's caught a lot of other really famous photos, which...
And he was there at
Shocker.
the right time, right place.
Right.
Or he's just a good photographer, and he's at the places that matter, which might be the presidential campaign.
Yeah, he's probably at every single goddamn presidential campaign thing.
Exactly.
He probably gets
and he
paid...
knows when to go crazy to get a good shot.
Yeah, he probably gets so much money for it. What's even crazier is a video. First off, this video is famous forever now, right? It's
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
gonna be one of the most popular videos ever, along with the photo of Trump doing the fist pump, right?
Yeah.
Forever immortalized. But
And it's even become a
Meme?
camera commercial.
A camera commercial?
oh really?
Oh, that's funny.
That's hilarious. What I was thinking is what's really crazy is like a few people got shot in the crowd. Like one died, some were in critical condition. Trump almost got shot, and like the people in the background, no panic. There's like, oh shit, people are getting shot at, dude.
Yeah, but I mean, you think about that, but like the reality is that it was a few seconds.
Yeah, it was.
Like, they had no time to react. But I think after 10
probably
seconds when they were
think-
rushing Trump off the stage, like I would think if I were there, I'd be like, let's
As soon as they
get the fuck out of
started
here.
rushing the president off the
Yeah,
stage,
I'd be like,
and what
I'm
we
getting out of
heard
this
was
place.
maybe it was firecrackers, but then the president is rushed off stage. I'm like, those weren't firecrackers anymore. I'm out.
Yeah,
I'm out, dog.
But that's the thing though. Like you say that, but if you're in the real situation, like 90% of the time you just write it off. Like unexpectedly, when I'm in the corporate buildings, they have these like the surprise fire things, right?
Mm-hmm.
No, the alarm goes off and whatever.
Fire drill.
Yeah, fire drill. Like I'll be like, I got a few things to finish up, whatever. Like, oh, it's just a drill. I don't smell no fucking smoke. You know, you always assume it's
Nah,
not the real thing, right? You always assume they're firecrackers.
I don't know.
It's where you think, you hear hooves, you think, horse. The horses, it's not a fucking bullet coming at me.
There's been times where I've bailed out of situations or things because things didn't feel right. I'm like, no, I'm out.
Yeah.
I'm out, dog.
True.
Things feel off. I'm out.
Yeah,
Like,
but
that's a
usually that's
feeling
like a
things are
slow-
off. You know what I mean?
but that's a slow creep, though. You know? Like, sometimes, I see a stick and I think snake, but I'm like, no, there's not a snake. You know?
I guess maybe
Like-
maybe my difference is I've been in a lot of large crowds, and one of the biggest things I do in large crowds is like watch what other people are doing. Is there anything people I need to be worried about? Like maybe I just have this mentality of like things are about to go to shit at any moment, so I'm always scanning. Like
At the start, I just avoid large crowds, especially of suspicious people.
at Shrek Rave,
Like,
I was like,
Yeah,
okay,
see,
we're close to
I've
this
never been to
exit.
Shrek Rave.
That's the exit I'm gonna go to if anything goes down. I'm watching people the whole time. Like,
It's probably a good plan.
Yeah.
But see, Zach, I'm one step ahead of you.
you just
Has
don't
the word
go.
rave in it? No. Yeah, I'm not interested in anything. If it has the word rave in it, no. No.
Look, I'm not much of a
thank
raver,
you.
but Nicole loves raves and stuff. So I'm in
Is it
effect.
just dancing with like crazy loud music?
Yeah, I mean that pretty much sums up raving. And most people are
Sounds
on
like
drugs. We
everything
actually
I
weren't,
hate.
but most people are also on heavy drugs.
That's the only way I think would make it enjoyable.
The visuals they had for like the Shrek stuff was hilarious too. I can't even describe it, but it was like those old '90s like screensavers, but with Shrek and like LSD visuals. It was so
How
funny.
long do you sit there and dance?
It was like 2.5 hours.
Why
That's a long fucking time.
when you're on drugs, you can dance a long time.
Yeah.
Yeah, but he's saying he wasn't. That's the problem. Like, I'd be, like, best case scenario. Let's say you convince me.
Uh-huh.
Like, and you'd have to do a lot of hard convincing, and I'd have to be drunk. But I go to a rave.
No. You'll be there, say, like, if our
Yeah.
kids want to go.
No,
Okay, you'll
not
be
going.
there
I'm.
watching them.
I
Oh,
think you
that could be.
underestimate like.
But I mean,
it's
like,
just
I wanna be a
fun
participant.
vibing with people too. Like you're in a group vibe of
No.
like, everyone's just
But
in a good
10
mood,
minutes.
chilling. I get
10
your
minutes,
point.
I'm like, can I go sit down, like, browse my phone or some shit? Like, I'm done. That's okay. That was good. Enough.
Yeah, but
That's-
it's just not your thing
not for
either.
me.
Like it's not my
Yeah.
thing really, but like I
That's
can
what I'm saying,
enjoy
I don't
it.
Get how you do that, especially without drugs. How do you do it?
Yeah, trust me, I understand with
fucking crazy.
drugs of how like people are really into it.
Imagine
Drugs
going
I
to-
get.
Imagine going to a gym for 2 hours. Would you go to a gym for 2 hours?
I've been in a gym for 2 hours.
See, then you can do it for 2 hours.
Yeah, no, but no, it's not a matter of that. It's more like there's a goal at a gym.
Wow,
There's a
yeah, to
goal.
lose weight, yeah.
No, they'll lose weight or put on muscle, whatever it is. There's no goal at a rave.
You
It's
can
just
go to a rave just to lose some weight too. You jump up and down a
That's
whole lot.
True, but no, that's not the same.
Half the
It's-
dancing is just
it's
jumping. It's calisthenics the whole time.
The best goal is to enjoy yourself, and I may enjoy it for max 10 minutes.
You'd be one of those. What was really weird, I think, and the most weirdest thing is some people there like just chilling and like not dancing at all and just watching the show.
Yeah.
I'm like, you're not even dancing. Like, you're not even enjoying
people
it.
watching.
They took the really good drugs.
There's people up
Where they-
front
in their head
not
they're
dancing at all, and I'm like, what are you here for? Like, do you just like the music, but you or like I don't get it.
It's the same type of people that go into a zoo, right?
Yeah.
They're just watching them.
That could be.
Like, ooh.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. They're front row, so the only thing they're watching is the DJ dancing.
It's all weird.
I was
Are
very
you gonna go to
curious
another
about that.
rave, Zach?
I'm sure, probably. We'll probably go to Shrek
Oh,
Rave
have you
every
been to
time it's
other
in
ones
Columbus.
with Nicole?
Not a
The
rave,
first one you've been to?
but I've been to other like bar
Concerts or
dancing
whatever, but-
bars like
That's
goth. They have
different
like
than a
goth
rave,
nights.
At least I assume raves are different. Like it sounds more like that. Like it's a constant thing. It's not like dance night where you can dance or not. Rave to me means like that's the thing.
Yeah,
You're
raves are
dancing.
definitely like that's the thing, and it's a very specific like EDM type music.
Yeah.
But
Yeah,
like
weird.
we've been to like goth nights where people are just kind of dancing, but it's a completely different like style and vibe. And there's
Again, this is
also
where,
places
like,
where you can like just
My
like
alarm
go to
bell
a bar.
goes off. Not just crowd, but goth. Like no, strange people. Strange.
Just strange.
No need to be there.
Just strange.
Yeah.
I
Like,
get it.
Remember there was the gay club like shooting?
Mm-hmm.
You know, that was probably a rave where it's like strange people, you know, outside the mainstream. If some crazy person's gonna shoot up a place, this would be a target. This is gonna be one of them.
This would be a target. This is the one.
Yep. Just don't go. Don't need to be around those people. And then there's the people that make different decisions that you can't predict. Don't need to be there.
Hey, I mean, you could say that about public transport and stuff, though. Like you,
Yeah.
no matter where
I don't
you
like
go,
taking public
no
transport.
matter where you go, there's always that possibility.
This is where you're talking about vibe shift, where like, I don't know, or like the feeling the vibes, where like someone can get on the train and you'll be like, I'm gonna keep one eye on that person.
Yeah, 100%. There's people at the rave that I was like, oh, I gotta watch this person. They're giving off weird vibes, but you know, some people are just probably fucked up on drugs, and like they took a little one too many hits, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Well, you still gotta keep your watchful eye.
The really fun thing is to think, at any point in my life, have I been that person?
Probably.
If someone's looking at me like, that dude's a
Sometimes
little off.
I think I am that person to people because I'm always just looking around, like watching people, like eyeballing, like, are you doing anything
Yeah, I
weird?
know.
You doing anything weird?
See, I don't think so, but I've been drunk enough during undergrad that there are times that are unaccounted for.
That's what I'm saying. Like, you
And I
have
could
to
have
be
been
that
the guy
person.
that was like, probably I was that person because when you lose time, you don't know what you're doing, but I'm sure it wasn't good. I'm sure it was something
Right.
where it was like, that guy has had too much. Let's keep an eye on him.
Oh yeah, I was at a graduation party one time where that happened, where I got so fucked up that like all I remember is I was on this dude's couch and they put a blanket on me. That's all I can remember. And this was like, I didn't know the person or anything. It was the craziest party I've been to. And I was just not expecting that much stuff to go on. And like, this wasn't even a party I was aware that I could like stay over. But it didn't matter. Like, I found a couch and I was out.
Nice.
But anyways, we were
Chloe's
talking
always that
about...
person. I'm always creeped out by Chloe. Oh, go on.
We were talking about the assassination and how crazy it was.
Oh yeah, that's what we were talking about. The assassination.
That got us on the big crowds and why to avoid them.
Yeah, it's really is crazy to think of what would have happened if he hadn't turned his head. Like,
We would have
how
Zapruder.
different.
What is it? Zapruder?
But this guy never had
film?
his head in the one location for
What's
more than
Zapruder?
2 seconds.
Yeah, yeah.
Zapruder
I know, but,
film?
like,
The JFK
Oh,
one?
yeah,
would have like
JFK,
number
yeah,
2,
yeah, I
the
gotcha.
sequel.
yeah, it's. But, like, I think it would have been worse than the JFK fallout, though, right? Because the country's way more divided today than it was
Yeah,
then.
I really
Like,
think so. And MAGA
and
people
that
are
was,
fucking
like,
insane.
Yeah, his base would have gone ape shit.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know what would have happened.
January 6th thing, kind of, I assume, but in like all
but
over.
I don't know. It's so crazy. Who the fuck knows? But it's just plain.
I really
nuts what would
think
probably happen.
we are kind of lucky he didn't die, because I think we would have been in
Yeah,
a worse
for
spot.
Like, I mean, just looking at the stock market would have tanked for sure, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Like, because people just don't know what the fuck's gonna happen.
Yeah. I mean, look,
It's
crazy
so
shit's going
crazy.
on still, even because the attempt happened, right?
Yeah.
Like, this is what's really, like, the killing point for, like, or the kill point for Biden, right? Like, he had the debate, so bad. And then the assassination
Oh,
attempt was kind of more like, Trump is now, like, on a pedestal, and people are, like, wondering if you can even talk anymore. Like
you can talk anymore.
Like Biden. Can Biden even talk anymore? Like, he's...
Oh, Ken Biden. Yeah, yeah.
He's
yeah,
so
yeah.
bad at even
Yeah,
talking.
that was pretty shocking.
He like just before that was calling Kamala Harris Trump and
Yeah.
Zelensky Putin. Like,
Yeah, but what shocks me is those had been going on for like a year at least.
yeah,
Shit
but
like
they
that.
were trying to
And
hide
it's
it, you
shocking
know.
to I know, but it's shocking to so many people that do not like they're in their CNN, MSNBC like zone, and they don't pay attention at all to the opposite side.
Yep.
It's like, I know you and me could have been like, I know on this podcast we talking about how he's a fucking old man.
Yeah.
And he just makes no sense sometimes. Like, I know we had podcasts where we said shit like that.
But that's because we listen to news channels and pay
Yeah.
attention to things that are, I wouldn't
The
say not
opposite, or,
biased,
like,
but like we
neutral
look to both
yeah.
places or somewhat neutral places. Like even
I
the
make an effort
Daily
to have
Show.
people from people that I don't even like,
Yeah.
that I will still see what they say.
Yeah.
Because I want to, and to look at the primary source too. That's always important.
Right.
Like, if you have video of the event happening, and I can
Right.
look at it and I can make a judgment for myself rather than to listen to what
Yeah.
fucking whoever says.
There's-
when it's contentious. When somebody says
Exactly.
A happened and the other says B, look at the source. That's what happened. I know.
There's-
one of you fucks is lying.
There's plenty of Biden videos before all those where you're just
Yeah.
like,
Sit
this
down.
motherfucker, I don't know if he's all there.
Yeah, he trailed off all the time and just said
And
nonsense.
sometimes he would trail off, realize he's fucking gone, and just be like, oh, anyway. Like, that's such old man shit where you're just like, that motherfucker doesn't even know what he just said. And
Although, I saw one that was a few days ago, maybe 3 or 4 days ago. So it was before he dropped out. But when they're saying he has Lewy body dementia, he like does the you not only will you not swing your arms, you just often keep your hands into position. So he was leaving a press conference. He put his hands like a few feet out in front of him, like where he had his hands on the lectern. You know what I'm talking
yeah,
about?
I know what you're saying.
He turned around and he walked to the exit, not moving his hands. His hands the whole time were up in front of him in the lectern, and while he's walking away, as if the lectern is still there. That's when you're like,
Dude, we all know the
"For
motherfucker has
sure,
Alzheimer's.
That dude is fucked up. Like, nobody normal would ever walk like that.
Yeah.
He either has old man shit or he's on some really good drugs.
I think we're gonna find out, like, later on how bad he was, right? Like, we won't find out
Yeah.
now, but if not during what will maybe be Harris's presidential run after that, if we get another Republican, and we'll find out.
Yeah. What's shocking to me is, like, he's dropped out. Harris is going to run. But he's still the president of the United States.
Right.
For several months. Like, shouldn't they for sure say, obviously, this man cannot run a country. It's somebody else doing this.
Yeah.
He's
Well, it's
not
probably
capable.
Kamala,
He's going to drop
right?
out, and it's going to be Kamala. No, I don't think it is at all.
Or whoever her team is.
Yeah, no, I don't think it's her team at all. I think it's the secretaries and, like, because the VP doesn't have any actual real power. Like
That's true.
The Secretary of State, all those people have power.
They're
running things for sure. And the whole reason Biden wouldn't go is those people don't want to relinquish power.
Yeah.
Because Kamala's people are different than Biden's people. So Biden giving up means they lose all their power eventually. Right?
Yep.
Like, I don't think Kamala's running shit. And
She's about to
they
be,
don't
though,
even
maybe.
trust her. Yeah, but what's crazy is he's endorsed her for being president next, but he won't be like, you can be president now because obviously I can't do this shit.
Yeah.
Like, if you can be president next, why can't you be president
I think
now?
that would look even worse,
Like-
though, if he admitted that he, you know what I mean?
But
He's
why
taking
would-
this
like,
out as he can't beat Trump.
But no, but it's
We know the
everybody
truth.
knows. Everybody knows.
Yeah.
It's like the boy has already shouted the emperor has no clothes. Why are we still pretending the emperor has clothes? Stop being president. We know you're not the president.
Because-
you're not actually doing any of that.
Because, Nick, you're forgetting you and I are smart enough to see past the veil, but there's plenty of people who
know.
don't see past the veil.
It's,
And that's why they still have the veil up. It's not for us. It's for the dum-dums.
I know, but it's shocking to me how dumb they can get. Like,
We all know he's dropping out because he can't run the country and he's not going to win.
but like, do the people that are actually like the cabinet think Kamala is that bad that they won't relinquish power for like 5 months? They want that 5 months?
They can probably get a lot done in 5 months, right?
No, because no one will do anything with the.
Oh, Nick, you're forgetting
it's
about
the
bribes
lame
and stuff
duck.
that they can promise in the future.
I'm sure that's probably true. They probably can do. They probably can eke out a little bit more with their power.
Yeah. You
But
forgot about
still,
the money.
They're actually thinking about, like, just step aside. It's fine. You don't have
Yeah.
that much time.
No,
Everyone knows that
they
none
got-
of this shit is actually happening.
Because they got to clean up bribes
But
and
they-
promises for
But I still
when.
don't get, like, this is why, if that's the case, then why didn't they stick with Biden still? Because they can get
'cause the
keep winning,
public
because he
see
won't
him
win.
as
They
this-
know
He
won't
he
win.
just
There's no
absolutely
point.
will not win at this point. We know for a fact. Like, if he ran, he's done.
Another debate.
Yeah.
And that's
It'd be fun to see
definitely
another debate.
loss of power, right? Like,
Yeah. Man, I'd like to see another debate after it progresses. His Alzheimer's progresses another 5 months.
I know.
It's rapid.
I'm not gonna lie. I was looking forward to
Like-
the debate.
He's gonna be. Yeah, I was too. He's gonna be shitting his pants on that stage.
Like
Call
once you
Trump
get the
mommy? I don't
Alzheimer's,
know.
it's not like it gets better.
Yeah.
When we watch Hassan, do you know who Hassan is?
No.
He was on the Young Turks and now he's like a streamer. He does a lot of politics.
Vaguely know who that is.
Um,
Very vaguely know that.
he was streaming about this and like every time they're doing the debates, he's like, "Does Biden not know the cameras are on him when he's not talking? What is he doing?"
Oh yeah, like he just sits there and looks. And, like,
He was just like
slack
looking
all
down
the-
into nothingness. He's like, "Oh my god, he doesn't even know to look in the cameras when he's not talking." It was so bad.
So crazy.
That debate too
Yeah, I don't.
was so
It'll be
freaking funny.
Interesting to see. Yeah, it'll be interesting to see what the Kamala one is because she's a. There's a reason she was not the real nominee, right? She's not the smartest person in the room usually.
I have no
and,
idea. I just
very
don't know
odd.
much about her.
Yeah. Oh, the most damning is. Do you know how she got her start in politics?
I know she's a police officer. That's all I know.
No, she wasn't a police officer.
Was she not?
Was the district.
Oh,
she's a
that's what it
district
was, a
attorney
district attorney.
for San Francisco. And do you know how she got that job?
Nope.
She was the mistress of the mayor of San Francisco, who was 60 when she was 20. So mistresses, and that mayor of San Francisco was married.
Hey, man.
I
honestly, that's not that bad.
That's not that bad. That's how she got the job of district attorney as a 20-year-old.
Here, I'll put it this way.
The mayor of San Francisco.
I'll put it this way, Nick. She's a
not-
female in
yeah.
politics. That's her way to get into. That's her way to get ahead. If you know what I mean.
Get ahead by giving.
Yeah, exactly. To be fair, I'm like, why not use your abilities? That's how I see it. If that's the advantage you have against men.
You can. Yeah. No. Still, that's like. I grant you that they're all sleazy, mostly pieces of shit, but at least most of them hide it pretty well. We know for sure that's what she did. Like, there's no debate was she sleeping with a guy to get her job to launch her political career. Like, at least most politicians would be like, no, I honestly believe this corporation is doing good for the world.
But that's what I'm saying. Like, I honestly, if that's her like tick against her, I think that is absolutely fine.
I think a lot of women will probably not like that, is my guess. But who knows?
I don't know.
It's going to hurt her with voters.
I think it probably
But I
just
don't
comes
know,
off
the
more
shocking
how
thing
does
is
she
no one knows yet.
Yeah.
Like, I think they're probably waiting to, like, pump in October to just pump that into the airwaves.
Maybe.
Or if people will just assume that's attacking women in a bad way. I don't know. I feel like that's really, like, at the very least, it's juicy, right?
Yeah.
Juicy.
I
Being
just
a 60-year-old for your position is like, oh.
I really just think, to me, I'm like, you know what? Use your powers for what. You know what I mean? Like,
No.
I think of.
But then again, I think almost every politician I would go through and say, "This is terrible. You're a bad person."
Right. If
But-
that's her knock against her, I don't think it's that bad, compared to all the other politicians and what they've probably done. You know what I mean?
Which
Because if that's the only thing you can come up to be like, here's her.
Like, what has Trump done, like, comparatively? Like, he ain't sucking dick to get ahead.
Possibly Epsteining kids.
Nah, I don't think that one sticks very well.
You don't think so?
No, but so here's the difference. That's a guess. Do you have any solid evidence? Because this is undeniable. Like, for sure we know. Like, there's no denying. We know she was the mistress. Like, that you can look in a Wikipedia page. It's there. There's no, like, maybe she was on some law. Like, no.
Right. But hers is
Like,
just
we know
I
this.
slept with somebody to get into a position,
Yeah.
right? That's like.
But the thing about Trump sleeping with kids or Clinton or Biden or any of them, that is just an insinuation where you have no actual proof.
I mean,
This is
Trump
there's
is
solid
a
proof.
34 count
She's not
felon.
gonna say it didn't happen. Yeah, but what for? Nothing anyone can even understand.
What do you mean not
There you go.
understand?
I
It's
don't
actually
even get
pretty
it.
easy to understand.
Yeah, okay, no, not really. It's basically nonsense.
What do you mean? He used
what is
campaign
it?
finances to pay off somebody and filed it away as I'm sorry, he used finances to pay somebody off and filed it away as campaign finances rather than just what it was.
Not exactly, right? It was.
So it was like misappropriating the funds.
No. He didn't even do it exactly. He told his lawyer. Cohen,
Right, yes, his lawyer or his
Or no, was
accountant,
he even
essentially.
told to do it?
What's that?
Like, that was the question. Was Cohen even told to do it? Cohen did it without his knowledge. Cohen just paid him.
I mean, look. Well, one,
And even
you're talking about Kamala Harris use
And even it is.
being a mistress to get into a
That-
position of power. We know Donald Trump has had mistresses, so we're already on an even keel here.
But he didn't do it to get into power.
What's the difference? So he's just doing it for fun,
No,
and
no,
she's
no,
doing
hold
it
on,
for a
hold on.
good reason.
One is being in a position when you're unqualified. The other one is like he has behavior that he betrayed in marriage, right? But
Yeah.
nothing says about her professional ability.
Yeah,
So those
exactly.
are two different things.
He didn't cheat to get ahead on his
it's
like
the same
actual
thing. Like
thing.
if you're higher up in a corporate ladder and something affair breaks out, unless this affair person is in the same company, the company won't do anything. Why? Because it doesn't
Yeah.
affect this
Exactly.
person's ability
Like-
being.
Yes.
Right, but Trump was already
It-
born into
No.
having these
Yeah, yeah.
privileges. She was
But-
not, so
but what's
she
funny-
used what she had
Yeah.
to get into these privileges that she now has, right?
No, what
No, she
about
went
those
to, like,
people
great
who does not
universities,
have
all
those
that
kind of
stuff.
privileges?
She had plenty of privilege.
They
But what
have-
Chloe is saying is like, there's a CEO of a company. He cheats on his wife. Do you fire the CEO?
Depends
So
on if
you
it causes
only fire
drama
CEO
with
if it
inside the
No,
thing,
no, no,
I
no.
guess.
It doesn't, because it.
Wait.
doesn't-
Does that
like,
CEO
it has
then
nothing to do with anything.
use money from the company
Wait,
to
just
pay
answer the
off
question. Do you fi-
the person he slept with?
Do you hold on? Answer the question. Do you fire the CEO because he slept with some lady?
No.
It's not his wife. Because you don't give a fuck. It's not any of your business. It's nothing to do with his job as CEO.
Well, his wife has different say. That's different matter.
And now,
But that's
You
not what
find
happened,
out-
though. Well, like I just said, it wasn't just he
No, no,
slept
no,
with
hold on,
somebody.
hold
He
on,
also
hold on.
paid her off hush money.
Okay, so he embezzled money, right?
no, he didn't really though, right?
But she was paid hush money, right?
It's just it doesn't matter where his money like. It depends on where they put the accounting. It's just like what you put in.
But
the
that doesn't
accounting
matter.
paper.
He
has
did.
nothing- he's not the one making the entries.
Yes or no? He
Right?
paid her hush money during a campaign election because he was afraid the story would get out.
He paid hush money. Was it during the election?
Yeah, it was in 2016 during his campaign when he was about to run.
Okay. But why is that necessarily for the campaign? He could pay hush money because he just doesn't like it at all.
Well, it's a really odd timing to pay hush money for something that happened previously,
See,
right?
but that's where it's like ambiguous, right? It's ambiguous. He
Is
he
it?
can-
Is
he
it
can,
though?
For personal reasons, pay
Is
hush
it though?
money.
I don't think that's
But-
very
but
ambiguous
yes,
when you
that's
run
where
for
it's very
president. You pay a
ambiguous.
porn star hush money.
You don't think other people have paid hush money to that are not politicians?
Yeah,
Like, you don't pay
probably.
hush money to-
You don't
Yes,
think other
so it's
people have
ambiguous.
slept
It's
with people
open
to get into a
interpretation.
position of power?
That's where it's like this is bullshit. It's like where do you want to like interpret it? Like, do you want to interpret the reason he did it is for his campaign, or the reason he did it is because he doesn't want people to know that he slept with a porn star? Or like that is very ambiguous.
Yeah, I mean,
Right?
like I said,
But going back, you were saying him sleeping with a lady is the same. It's not. He didn't do it to advance his career, to Chloe's point. But if you find out somebody, the only reason they got to be the head of whatever office is because they sucked the dick of the boss, and you were that person's boss, you would fire that person, right? And you would probably fire the person that promoted her, right? You'd be like, okay, you can't just go around saying "suck my dick" and you get to be.
I think it
get
would
a
depend
promotion.
on if that person.
You fire people for that shit.
If that
right?
person.
No,
whoa,
Zach,
whoa, whoa.
answer the question.
No, it would depend on if that person is still actually good in the job.
No, you still wouldn't. You can't let people's. You can't. No, you would not let people sexually abuse others.
Well, if somebody was
Right?
allowed to.
You would at least fire the who would be the.
I can tell you from
mayor in this, right?
Yes, that's what I'm saying. The person who's the mayor is the
Yes.
more person at fault in that
He
situation.
is.
He is.
But still, the lady should also not be in the position that she's in.
That's what I'm saying. It
You wouldn't be
depends.
like,
If she's a
"I
really
guess you're the
excellent
head of accounting
employee,
Now you did suck the dick.
if she's a really excellent employee, I don't know. It depends. I think
If
there's
she
a
actually did great in the job.
No, well,
yeah. If she did great in the
if you
job, then
actually
who
work-
cares?
If you actually work in a big corporate place
Mhm.
and this thing breaks out,
Yeah.
like you had an affair with your manager,
Yeah.
and this is how you get promoted. you will lose a job.
Yes.
Your manager-
Yeah, I think in corporations, yeah, you pretty
That's
much are
exactly-
Which
definitely
is-
very
gone.
clear as
Which
what's
I
going
think
to
is the
happen.
right thing. Like you should have a very clear like that's not how this works. That's not what this is about. This is about the company functioning.
Yeah, but think about this, right?
But if the
The
CEO
United
is banging the
States
side
is a
chick, I don't
country.
care. It's
Like,
not my fucking
people
problem.
runs this country somehow was less competent than people runs a big corporate. Why is that?
Because voters.
Exactly.
And
Because they don't adhere
And this is where
to
yes,
the rules.
this is where I would be voting for them to run it more like a company where like you don't get the job because of that. Which is like
okay.
Harris is a terrible candidate.
To be fair,
Like they should for sure pick someone better,
all
but they
the
won't.
candidate here on the table.
I don't think they have anybody better because they need somebody
No,
like
they do.
who name a person that I would know. Just that I would know because
now, you won't
that's a
know,
part of it, right? In
but-
3 months, you have to have a big enough
You
name
know
for people to
the-
even care.
The one that I've heard floated that would I think would be best would be the Grace Whitmer, who's the governor of Michigan.
See, I don't even know who that is. That's my point. Is like nobody's going to
she
vote
ran
for a
for
person they don't even
president
know.
No, they are because
That
she's
are on the
not that
fence, I should
controversial.
say.
No, I think for sure, this would be a better one because she's the Midwesterner in Michigan. It's a battleground state. She has nothing weird, and she's, I think, generally considered very competent. Where Kamala Harris isn't considered competent. She's on the ticket because they wanted diversity.
Right.
Let's be honest.
I
We
really
why
don't
she's
know
on the
why
ticket.
she's on there, but yeah, she
She's
definitely hits
not
all the
very good.
diversity marks.
She was not
She
like.
was not competent as a VP either.
Yes, she did not get there on merit.
At this point, Michelle Obama should
Yes,
have run. and
Michelle
she'll
Obama
more
would probably be a
popular.
better candidate for sure.
Oh, I
there you
think
go.
people
There's
would
one
vote
with the
for
name
her over that.
recognition.
Yeah,
There you go.
Exactly.
Name recognition.
Why not?
That
I'd give you Michelle
Although
Obama
she did-
over her. Yeah, for sure.
Although
She actually
there's
did
one
something.
similar. No, she
In-
did one thing. She slept with Barack Obama, which is why she's prominent.
When she
Actually,
was
that's pretty
first
funny.
lady in the White House, she
It
actually
is.
did something, right?
But
Name
yeah.
one thing that Kamala Harris did as a VP.
Wait, what did you say that
Oh yeah, no, she did. do
Michelle
something.
Obama did?
That's another thing that was actually really bad. She did the nutrition thing. That was her.
Yeah, I was about to
big
say
thing.
Michelle Obama only did a negative thing, so like Kamala, I say would have a buff
What was
against
the
her on
negative
that.
thing Michelle Obama did?
What you just said, I thought she put like taxes on like the bad foods and like those sodas and stuff, where it's just like taxing poor people because poor people are still going to pay that.
Oh, I don't know. I didn't know about that.
I
I
thought
knew
it's
she was
about the
in
school lunch.
school lunches and stuff. She was very much pro nutrition.
Yeah, she was pro nutrition, but it's one of those things where it's like the solutions
Did she
just
get
cause
taxes
more
on that?
problems rather than fixing it. It just made poor people
Probably.
pay more money for shit
no,
they're gonna drink or
this is-
eat anyways.
Again, Zach, this is another thing they're going to beat the hell out of Kamala on. I think she was supposed to be the one in charge of the immigration at the border. Right? I think she was actually the one that went down there. And, so that was one of her big recent things. That's not a popular one.
No. I wonder if
So-
do you think the DNC is gonna have an actual vote, or do you think they're
That's what
just
I was
gonna
saying.
elect?
I think if they
Kamala.
were competent, they would. But
we're talking about the
thing that I
DNC
learned
here.
was- but here's why they're going to do it. All the money that was donated to the Biden-Harris campaign can only be spent by Biden or Harris. That's $100 million they have.
Yeah. Holy crap!
So-
She's 60, almost 60.
Yeah, she doesn't look 60. does
Holy fuck! Yeah, I thought she was like 40
Yeah, I
or
saw that too.
50.
She's
What
like-
the fuck?
Yeah, she's actually...
Whoa!
Unlike Biden, she's aged pretty well. She seems fine.
That's insane. I would never have guessed anywhere near
Although,
60.
again, if you look some of the weird things, it's not that she's incompetent, or she's losing her mind. She's just kind of a strange. She's not charismatic.
No, I
She's
think
not-
What happens
Yeah.
is she says yes to too many people, and she doesn't really have a stand for herself.
Yeah, but let's to tell you some weird shit she says. Let me look up Kamala Harris quotes.
I know she had the coconuts quote or something.
Yeah, that's one of them.
But that's like one of those weird gaffes that people just repeat over and over. Like, the more you talk in public, the more you're gonna have like a gaffe here and there, right?
They're gonna be when you look up quotes, they're just gonna be the good ones. I can't imagine what will be unburdened by what was. Oh no, that's part of the coconut speech, I think. There's another weird one. She said, "You think you fell out of a coconut tree? You." Then
Those are clips that I just see on
in
TikTok that are
context.
people trying to make her look bad though. Like it's just the same like 2 or 3 clips repeated. Where like Biden, you have like
Governor and I,
endless
we were all doing
content.
A tour of the library here and talking about the significance of the passage of time, right? The significance of the passage. So when, this is great significance to the passage of times in terms of what we need to lay these wires, what we needed to do to create these jobs, and there's such great significance to the passage of time when we think about a day in the life of our children. The fuck are you talking about?
Like I said, I think no matter what, if you've
a lot
been,
of her stuff seems like
you're gonna have bad quotes no matter what. If you've been on, like, I want to see her debate Trump, and that's when I'll know.
Yeah.
Is she?
Also,
I think you're going to see a lot of things that seem like they're from ChatGPT 2.5. From what I've listened to her from is like Chloe said, she just kind of, it's just like a bullshit artist.
There's
She's
no
too
clear
obvious.
message what she's trying to deliver.
It's
right?
like, what?
Like for Biden is build America back.
Build back better.
Build back better.
It's such a
right?
stupid.
And then for
It is. It's for
Hillary
sure, like-
Clinton is they go low, we go high, right? For Kamala Harris, I don't know what she's gonna say. Well, for Trump, obviously, you guys.
Make America
Yeah.
gooder.
Yeah, like, yeah, I don't know. I think it's gonna be a word salad when she's on.
Okay, let's
And
say she is the
I don't-
the pick for president. Who do you think she would pick for VP?
I thought she
I
already
already,
did.
no, she hasn't. But
No?
the front runners are all other governors of Midwestern states. It's going to be probably the
Not
governor
Newsom.
of Pennsylvania, I think. I forget his name.
Nicole and I were talking about it.
But
And we're
again,
just
that's-
like, whoever it is, it's going to be a white male. That's all we know for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The front runner is Governor Pennsylvania. I'm too drunk to spell Pennsylvania.
That's a tough one. That's a tough.
Pepe Sylvia.
Pepe Silva.
Josh Shapiro.
Shapiro
Yeah, Josh Shapiro.
sounds Jewish.
I assume it's Jewish, but I don't know. But yeah, he is the current governor of Pennsylvania. Again, just to balance out, because Trump picked a Midwesterner.
Yeah.
That's in the battleground area. He's going to pick
Mhm.
one. She's probably going to pick one. That would help balance the ticket. That would be probably the most reasonable one. And then the Whitmer, like, I don't think she wanted the job, and she might be more of a contender for the presidency. That's where it could still be not her.
Yeah.
Technically, at the convention, they don't have to vote for her. And I think, like, if they really wanted to win it, they wouldn't, because she's not a good candidate. Like, if it wasn't for the money tied to her campaign,
Yeah.
and that she's already VP, and she wasn't selected for her competence, no way in the world they would ever actually pick her. Like, she would never actually win in a primary. Like, no chance.
Yeah.
Like,
I'm wondering if they're going to actually hold. I feel like they're just pushing Kamala already too much for it not to end up being Kamala, though.
Yeah, that's where, like I told you, it's not necessarily her. And if they actually wanted to win, it probably shouldn't be her. But still, they still have a chance with Kamala.
I think they have a
Trump
good.
has a lock on it. I think he has a good advantage, but it's not a lock.
Yeah, I definitely think Kamala's a step up from. A big step up from Biden, at least.
From 2024 Biden. From 2020 Biden, I think she's a huge step down.
Yeah, but current Biden? Current Biden.
Yeah,
There's a lot of people would be a step up because he might not last.
Yeah. No, 2024 Biden, no. She's a step up from 2024 Biden. She improved their chances because you just can't vote for a guy that's drooling on the microphone.
Yeah, it's pretty bad.
Anyways.
Yeah.
Anything else happen other than the assassination and the VP And a Chinese lady with a samurai sword.
Nope. Do you want to do some predictions? Just the one or two maybe predictions?
Yeah, we should
Since
maybe
this
pin
mid-year
mid-year
here.
predictions.
Mm-hmm. What do we think's going to happen at the end of the year? Well, mass shooting. Let's change our numbers here.
I almost want to roll back my thing to like no major mass shootings because it just doesn't seem.
Yeah,
like
the
it's
biggest
happen.
one so far is 9. So do you think we're going above that?
Yeah. I think it'll go over 9.
All right. So,
Summer's almost over.
are you
though,
guessing
so I don't know.
10?
10? Yeah, 15. I'm gonna go crazy. 15.
Okay.
What do you guess?
Oh, 15, sorry.
15 in the next 6 months. 15 dead in the major mass shooting.
Yeah,
No, what's your guess? You give a number.
I'm giving
I think we'll go higher.
Higher. Chloe says higher.
I'll
20.
do 20.
20?
20.
Okay. I'm going
Because it will be closer to
13.
the final election.
The unlucky
Oh
number
no, Zach!
13.
You go Price is Right rules and you go 16.
No, I'm going 13,
Then I'm
dog.
locked in.
I want to.
Okay,
I'm
13.
trying to pinpoint it.
Okay, 13.
All right. Is Kamala the VP
You mean then the
or
candidate for
president?
president?
Yeah, not VP. She is the current
We're gonna
VP.
know
Yes.
that within I don't know when the DNC convention is. We'll know it very soon.
Yeah, we will, but we don't know it now. This is prediction time.
It is. I think she will be, but I don't think it's out of the realm of possibility that she's not. Like I'd give her like 85% chance. What about you? The Dems will come to their senses and nominate somebody else? Do you think they're
40%.
40% she's going? So you think 60% they'll stick with?
No, 40% they'll stick with Kamala.
Oh, you think 60% they're going to abandon her and actually try to win?
You think it's more likely there will be a
You got
different
me
president
wrong.
candidate?
I think 60% they're going to stick with her.
Okay.
Okay, so 40% they will change.
Yeah, 40%.
I'm more like
Zach, what is it?
Nick. I'm like 90% chance, maybe more.
90%.
I
I think it's very likely. 80, like $100 million in campaign money is a shitload.
Right. Exactly. And we all
But
know
she,
money matters most.
she does not get.
Do,
like,
do they
one
keep
thing
that
I
money if
saw-
she's the VP pick still?
Yes, if she's the president pick, yeah,
Yeah. So
because it's the Biden-Harris campaign. She is part of the campaign.
so if
it is
she's
their
still the
campaign.
VP pick, they could still have that money then, right?
Oh no, that's a good question. I don't know.
Because that's another option. She could still be the VP pick, and if they could keep that money.
Theoretically, but she wants to be president. Do you think she'd accept being VP? That's the internal infighting.
Right.
So I don't think they'll go that route, and that's
Well, that's her
one reason
leverage,
I-
right? That's her leverage is like, if
Yeah,
you don't
yeah.
pick me, you don't get this money.
Yeah, exactly, and that's another reason that it's very likely to be her.
Yeah, because money's
Is
involved.
because they don't. No. It's they don't want the fighting,
Yeah.
right? Because one of the major reasons Trump won in 2016 was the fighting between the
Right,
Biden
true.
camp and the Hillary camp, and the Biden's camp was "fuck you, I'm not gonna vote for that bitch. She totally cheated."
Yeah.
She did.
To be fair,
so,
she did.
Yeah. So that's where they don't want the infighting because it usually really, really hurts you.
Yeah.
So that's where it's like I'm 80%, but if maybe she were bribed or something, or if the polls, where was it? Let me see the time. When is the Democrat in 2024? Why the fuck are they telling me where it is? God, Google has gone so dog shit.
This is why ChatGPT's better, dude. I'm tired of the ads you get when you search anything.
August 19th. We'll know August 19th.
Okay.
So that's a good amount of time. I would say if she gets on the national stage, she campaigns a little, if her polls are really, really bad, like if she makes voters hate her within a month, then maybe she won't be the nominee.
Yeah,
But
you know what? That's a
not
good
lot of
point. If
time
they have
make
to,
people hate you.
if they have to do it by August 19th, I think they can
Yeah.
test run her for a month and see.
Yeah.
And they better do
But
it
here's
soon, right?
Yeah. Here's the thing I saw that was like another thing where she is not really that great of a politician. In the primaries, she pulled about 1% of the vote.
Jesus.
Like when she was running for president herself.
Huh.
Like no one really seemed to like her. Like she was pretty bad in all the debates. Didn't pull any people. So it's like, hey, he's probably gonna have that same performance, right?
At this point, though, for me, it's basically as long as they're not Biden, I'll probably vote for them over Trump. Because it'll just be another anti-Trump vote.
What did Trump do that was so bad in the 4 years?
Did he do anything terrible? I don't think so. I just don't like Trump. Is Trump a good person?
Yeah, see, I don't know. I'll be with you there. He's not.
Exactly.
I don't think he, like, his mannerisms I don't care for.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, I know for sure he's not a good person that should be running the country. I think most of the reason he wants to be running the country is because he wants to be famous.
Yeah, but that's not the policy-wise. Yeah, but I actually usually don't like either of them because I think he's too protectionist.
That's what I'm saying. I just
like
don't
his trade policies.
I just don't like
But
Trump, and I also
that's
don't like
better.
Trumpers either. So them losing.
But you don't like the base.
Oh, I
I
absolutely
don't like
hate
the
the
base
base.
either. But see, that's the thing. I hate the Democrat base usually too.
Yeah,
Like
but
there's 800 genders. Like, and who do I hate more?
I was going to say, which one is worse, though?
No, this is where I'm sorry you're losing me, because between the woke and the hardcore Christians, I'm starting to hate the woke more.
Really?
I do. Yes.
I really
No,
don't feel
the
like
woke
I
is just
deal
more
with
full of
woke
shit.
stuff that much.
And the biggest thing is the free speech to me as a libertarian, and that's where that shifted. And I think
I mean,
that's
I
where a
guess
lot
I
of,
get
like, the
that.
Musk-
I get that.
Like the
if
Musk
they-
and the Rogan, like that's where they lost them, and they lost me too, because I'm a big libertarian like them.
But
and,
Musk
like, with
Musk
the Dems-
bans people on like Twitter and stuff for saying stuff, so he's not really free speech either.
That's not exactly free speech.
But they use that platform
you
as
say-
an example of free speech, and that's why he bought it,
What's
right?
that? No. So you're losing track of free speech, though. It is a private company. That's fine.
I know
It was a
what
private
free
company
speech
when it was
is.
under
I'm
what's his
saying
face.
they talked
no.
about Twitter as
No,
being
no,
a
no,
free
no.
speech vehicle, and should be
No.
free speech.
Wait, listen to me. The part that was anti-free speech wasn't that Twitter was banning people before Musk. It was that they were doing it on behalf of the federal government, which is what Musk showed. The federal government was asking Twitter and urging them to ban people, right?
Yeah, and Twitter had every right to follow what they said.
No. They should not fucking follow. No, not only should they not follow. The federal government shouldn't be doing it. That's my money paying politicians to tell private companies to tell me what they can and can't say. The federal government has absolutely no business going to a private company and telling people,
but they
ban this person, stop these people from talking, make this the vaccine narrative. Like, and they were. That was my money being spent on politicians
Right.
telling other companies what they want the speech to be. That is anti-free speech. It's not about private company being allowed to ban. Private companies can ban who they want. This is the federal government's involvement, and that was coming from the Dems.
Right, if
Okay.
they were involved in
That
it,
to
right?
me is like,
but Twitter's
they were.
allowed to say
Musk has
no,
released
right?
the document.
This isn't a Twitter thing. This was the Dems.
No. You know that there's
I'm sure
leverage
money's
that the
involved in
federal
leverage.
government
Yes,
has.
of course, as always.
Yes. No. I think it's more about regulation.
But don't
that
you
they
think
can-
Elon Musk has just gone
Which is
the
why
opposite way?
No, the government. Which is why the government should not ever ask. They have no fucking business telling anyone.
Well, you know I'm
what
with
they
you
are
on
and not allowed
that,
to
but
say.
I don't
know,
think
but they
anything
did that.
different has
Dems
happened.
Did that, and that's 100. No, I don't think the Republicans are going and telling Twitter what to say.
You don't think so?
No, I don't think they do that at all. I think they would come
They'll
out and
try
say
to
that.
ban Twitter.
Yeah.
That's the first thing.
Yeah, they're not going. I don't think they'd have any sway anyways, even if they tried. I do think in the early 2000s, when the Christians mostly held the party, I do think they would have done that. I think they would have done it for pro-Christian
For sure.
bullshit. And that's where I think the Christians have mostly lost that. They mostly aren't running the Republican Party anymore. But the woke are mostly running a lot of the Democrat Party. And they are telling people, this is what you can say. And it even isn't just woke. It's all about like that vaccine narrative. And that was a lot of what they were basically very heavily influencing Twitter and all the other social media.
Yeah, I mean, that's a fair point.
This is the messaging we
weird.
want you to have. Like, fuck you. That is not what the federal government is supposed to be doing. That is exactly what that First Amendment's about. Is federal government, nothing to do with speech. You just stay the fuck out of it.
It is really weird that the
People say
far
what they
left
want.
has become the censorship.
I know. That's where, like I said, like,
Very weird.
and with
But that's
Musk
the
and
thing. I
Rogan,
can't
it's
like the
same
far
story.
left or the
Like,
far
10
right.
years
but
ago, 10 years ago, I used to mostly vote, I'd lean more Democrat. Like,
Right.
for sure. I leaned way more Democrat. Even though, again, I didn't really like them. But I still
yeah, I
didn't
don't think
know.
I've ever liked either
It's
party,
that.
really.
Yeah. But anyways, yeah, I can't vote for it. It doesn't matter where I'm not even going to vote, probably, like I didn't last time, because in California, you might as well throw it away. It doesn't fucking matter.
Yeah, that's true for your state.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think it's just, it sucks that those are always our options anyways, as Republican or Democrat.
I'm trying to remember who I voted for in 2012. It was, God, what was the Libertarian candidate? Oh, I remember the weed guy.
The weed guy.
Gary
you voted.
Johnson.
You voted for your weed guy? Oh,
Yeah, Gary Johnson. You know him?
I
You remember
actually I
him?
think I think that's who I voted for as well. That was Obama's
Yeah.
second term,
The
right?
guy yeah,
yeah,
where
that's
they was
that's who
like,
I voted for. Yeah, that's literally who I voted
They
for.
asked him about Aleppo in Syria, because there was,
Yeah,
some
yep.
terrorists, and he's like, "What is Aleppo?"
Yeah, I remember
There's a
that.
fucking major thing going on.
That's so funny.
If we could get a candidate like that again.
Well, all right. Before we end it, is there any
Anyways.
bold predictions you have for the end of the year?
Oh, more predictions. Bold predictions.
One bold prediction.
We already predicted.
Will Biden die?
Will Biden die? No, I think he's gonna live.
He might be dead now. He just haven't pulled- Oh, have you seen that though?
Oh my god.
Have you seen this conspiracy that he doesn't even know he's not running yet?
That's funny.
Which
Like
is
somebody else had
plausible
him.
because it's only in writing. He has not
Yeah,
made
yeah.
any like in-person.
They said he's
statement
gonna
about it,
make a
which is
speech this week,
fun.
though.
Okay, that he may not
That's
know
fucking
yet.
funny, though. He's like, wait, what? I'm not.
Well, you know what they did though is they told him you're already on your second term. Your first term was done. We did that.
We just need you to
Joe.
sign here,
And he's
Joe.
like, we did. Oh.
They type. All they need
God.
is a signature from him, right? There's just sign here, Joe.
Yeah.
You'll be good.
But yeah, any big predictions that not like set like.
I have a
anything
bold
you wanna
prediction.
say? All right, let's give Chloe a chance. She's thinking.
Oh, the gears are
Zach,
turning.
you go first.
Yeah, you can go.
You
first.
go ahead.
I think
What's your prediction?
there will be another assassination attempt, but it will be
Kamala or
quelled.
on Trump.
I'm not picking that part,
Okay.
but it
It'll
will
be
be quelled. Like it won't actually happen, but they'll somebody
Okay.
will be planning it and will try and do it, but they won't get anywhere as close as the other person.
That one, yeah, probably. I assume there are actually probably tons of crazy people that want to and try to, but they always just get stomped down. Maybe they'll just publicize it this time.
Yeah, I guess that's my point. Is we will hear about it. 'Cause
Okay, here's my super bold prediction.
Mhm.
A tie.
Say
Right?
what?
So, A while ago, I looked at the electoral map.
Mm-hmm.
And so if you take all the, like, say the top 5 or 6, the 6 ones that Trump lost that were really close,
Mm-hmm.
and you rank them by, like, how close was he,
Mm-hmm.
right? And you give him 4 out of those 6. So say he shifts the 4 that he was the closest to winning,
Mm-hmm.
right? It actually results in a tie.
That'd be wild.
Yeah.
I knew there was
And then
a
it would
prediction
not be
from
Trump.
people that like maybe neither candidate will get enough electoral votes.
That's the same thing. It's because that's what a tie is. Like
Yeah.
it would be, so it wouldn't necessarily. Yeah, I think it can only be when it's a tie. Because you can be 269 to 269, right, or something like that. But if that happens, it's a tie. No one gets enough, and then I think the House picks who's the president.
Dude, and
In
they
which
would
case it
go.
will be a Republican, but it probably won't be Trump. They'll probably pick somebody other than Trump.
I have a.
You think so? Because that would be insane.
Yeah, but a good number of Republicans don't like Trump. You might not win it.
That makes sense, but can
That's
you
why-
imagine the backlash? That's just as bad as the assassination attempt.
Yeah. No, because the Republicans did it. So.
Do you
it's
forget
not that
about
bad, but that.
January 6th, the election being stolen? You don't think they'll do that?
Yeah. No. I don't
That
think- I don't
feels
know.
more
It's
like an
their
election
own-
being stolen
'cause it's
from
their
them.
own party, though.
True.
But that's my bold prediction. Okay, that's my very bold prediction. I think the odds are low, but it's non-zero. It very well may happen,
Yeah.
and it's one of the most interesting things that could happen. So that's why it's my bold prediction.
Okay.
Now, Chloe had a bold prediction.
All right, Chloe.
I think Trump will win the president election,
Mm-hmm.
and then in inauguration day he will be assassinated.
Damn.
Or like in exactly on inauguration. You don't
Yes.
even want to say like within a year.
No, it's just exact the moment he will be assassinated.
If that happens, Chloe, you will definitely be interviewed at that point.
You will definitely be.
This is way too
You
specific.
know something.
And it'll be an
And it's
AR-15 with a stock of
No,
these
no.
bullets.
Zach, no. She said it's going to be an Asian lady with a katana. She's going to jump down and just cut his head clean off, and that's it.
That'd be dope if that's how the president goes out, though. Chloe, do you own a katana?
No. It'll be even funnier if it's a white guy that's a weird practice katana.
Pretending to
I
be
told you I
Asian.
was practicing my skills in the katana. I study the sword.
Let me show you what I learned.
Retarded shit.
Awesome. All right, well, the predictions are in. We'll have to wait till the end.
Predictions are in.
Next.
Be sure to include Chinese lady with a katana assassinates president.
I will.
If that happens, we all get all the points in the world.
Yes.
That would be so freaking crazy.
All right.
All right.
That's a wrap, right?
That is a wrap.
All right. Later.
Later.